Urban agriculture is only increasing in popularity, and the staff at Pringle Creek Community in Salem are taking note. They've teamed up with local farmers and master gardeners to host a 10-month course on growing food in urban settings.
The Urban Farmer Certification is a program that we developed in partnership with Friends of Salem Saturday Market and with OSU Master Gardeners. And so it came about last summer. We were talking about what we want to do long-term for the greenhouse and garden, and we decided to change our programming goal to be very simple and just teaching people, particularly children and young adults, how to grow their own food. So as a result of that, we decided we wanted to come up with a program for young adults particularly, although we are opening it up to anyone who's interested. But basically the point of the class is to teach people how to grow their own food. So simple, basic cultivating steps. The class will meet once a month, and so each month will be the class based on what you would do in the garden that month.
Classes are being held at Painter's Hall, with hands-on instruction inside the conservatory. In recent years, the conservatory has also been used to start seeds for the Marion Polk Food Share garden program.
And what we've kind of done in the past, and especially last year in particular, was that everything we produced in the greenhouse and in the garden we donated to Marion Polk Food Share. And while we really like doing that and we really support their cause, we were realizing that we weren't really teaching anyone how to garden. And so we decided we wanted to change our programs to be something that actually was teaching people and contributing to, learning about how to garden and how to grow your own food.
Now, the focus has been sharpened on education. The first class is being taught by Chris Jenkins and Elizabeth Miller of Minto Island Growers. Chris and Elizabeth grow organic fruits and vegetables on their farm just south of Salem. They operate a CSA program and sell at local farmers markets.
We really wanted them to start off and do the first class because they're young, they're educated, they're really, really passionate about what they do, and so we really wanted them to give a good footing for the first class, which is just planning your garden. So we thought they would be an excellent resource for the younger people in the class to kind of see, well, these are people about my same age and they're really doing it, so how can I do the same kind of thing?
We're talking about planting a garden, what to put, when to put, where to put those crops, and just help people grow their own food.
Our first goal, besides teaching people how to garden, is we really want to connect people to the local agricultural movement. We like the idea of having actual farmers and master gardeners, people that are really invested in it, and having our students be able to connect with them and kind of see what they're doing. And we're teaching people how to garden, but at the same time, you can't really do everything you want to grow for yourself. So it's, connecting them to people that they could probably, join their CSA or purchase other things from.
Well, people have really become disconnected with the food growing system, and to make something really hands-on is to know it intuitively, and to grow your own food is not only empowering, but it's really fun, and you can get so much joy out of being able to feed yourself and to interact with plants. And you're not only interacting with plants, but you're interacting with insects and soil, even if you don't know you are. And so to me, it's just one of the most intimate relationships one can have with the natural world.
I think in recent years, it's been kind of a new sense of consciousness of deciding, well, what kind of food do I want to be eating, and where's my food even from? It's healthier for you to be knowing where you're growing, and it's really like the connection you get from growing your own food and then eating it is something that's really special that I don't think people get all the time.
Well, I feel like it's probably, in all the talk about sustainability these days, it's probably the most important thing one can do, I think, for the earth and for the community. There's very little transportation costs, connected into it. It's a really fantastic, intensive use of space, I think, within the city. As wonderful as it is for us to farm, it's still very labor intensive and energy intensive, and there is still that gap between when we harvest something and when it gets to the consumer, and the freshest and the most nutritious food you can get is that produced in your own backyard. So it's just a life lesson that I feel like everyone should know a little bit about, or a lot about.
For more information, visit pringlecreek.com.